everything like that. And I'm telling them, I'm like, yo, like, I don't know why our people feel it's okay to do it, but it's like, yo, stop the shim shamming, stop the cloak behind the mirror type shit. Like, yo, stop doing this. Just get direct. If you're more direct with shit gets better in business. Just be direct. All that, rabbit hole shit and acme hole shit and all that. Yo, just be direct. You know what I'm saying? Stop gassing it. A situation is great by gassing it or gaslighting. It's like, no, just be direct. Be like, all right, well, this is what it's going to be. These are the numbers. This is what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that our people are the reasoning for it, but as of late, right? And when I mean as of late, you could say about maybe like the last decade, it's been that type of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just us. There's other people in this business too that's fucking up. But for our people, for what you were saying, I just want us to step it up more and stop thinking that, okay, because you do shit structured, consider it like that's the white way of doing things. No, that's not the white way of doing things. It's motherfucker, just get to it. So that way we don't have to get through these like battles and all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to look at it as the structure of the mindset. The mindset, well, a person that never had nothing, right? They're still enslaved mentality because I'm gonna give you something like this. I'm gonna just take my glasses off.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, you speaking.
The mindset is different. Like you have people who work on a job who will feel like they're the boss. Be your own kind. And you have people who are just oppressive to people that you wouldn't do in the real world.
Right.
So you use a title, just like with some of the officers, abuse of authority. So what happens is you got to still stay independent and work your way around it. Don't mean you don't speak your mind. It don't mean that you got to back down, but it's not a physical thing. It's the mindset. So when we have a whole world that's collectively entrapped on a ticket that is controlled by those puppets that, have the string, you dancing. And I'll never forget the message that I looked in Django when he was on that horse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a couple messages in that movie.
But the main, just for me, not saying for anybody else because everybody else grasps messages. When he looked at him and he was, what you doing on that mayor, boy?
Yeah.
And he said, nigga, if you don't get away from me and go sit down. Like, it was pretty much not the same exact. It showed you the colonialism was so powerful that it's indoctrinated in your mind that you're not even paying attention or even embracing the Most High to free yourself from it. You so comfortable with it that you feel like if I hold a whip to enforce something I know I couldn't even enforce if I was by myself. So like when you look at it, you're like, wow. But the trick is for me to trick you so I can give you up to the master.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's the same thing in wanting to, like having the knowledge to know to free yourself. So when you do things like this podcast and being independent, that means you have some sense of knowledge that you want to be free, mentally, spiritually, financially, to where the point is that if the world was to say, listen, we're getting up off of this, it won't be no more world because when you came here, you found us here. So everything, an old timer told me, ask them one thing that they created. Not now, not off of somebody else's back. Just name one thing. And I sat back and thought about it. I was like, wow, there is nothing.
Yeah.
So how are we going at each other and not helping each other? Because it's the state of mind and what you embedded in your mind and in your soul.
Is that, and I've been mentioning it on this podcast for 5 years. Unfortunately, the concepts of the Willie Lynch letter is still in place and is still intact within our community. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's been battles, there's been debates. Oh, the letter's not real. The letter was made up, or whatever. But if you think about just the concepts, I'm just saying concepts. I'm not saying actually verbatimly what it says. Right. But if you think about the concepts, lack of adulation, the mentality of feeling inferior to other races of that magnitude, even within us. You know what I'm saying? How we demasculate each other. And even to our women, how we treat our women within us. That's the concepts. Yeah. The concepts are still foregoing in generations. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I mean, yes, as of late, there's some youth in our Black community that are like stopping the generational curses, which is true. But then again, there's still that collide because the older gen are battling the younger gen, and just the ageism and just like the clashing of it is weird. It's just straight up weird.